Hi besties, I'm so excited to be on here. I know you guys are probably like, what is going on? This is a prank. Why is she here? Hello besties, I have missed you guys so much, and I told you guys I was like, I'm gonna come back one way or another, and here we are. And today I decided I'm going to be doing a little video on a makeup look that I have been obsessed with. So today I'm going to be trying the no foundation makeup look that Amaya Colon went viral for on TikTok, and I'm super excited. Obviously an excuse for me to go shopping, and I went into Sephora and I got two of the products that she was actually talking about in this video. So I am actually going to show you with the products that she uses. Of course, I'm a little delulu and I was like, I'm definitely the same shade as her. I feel like we look similar colors, right? Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we have a little date night tonight and I'm excited, and I thought this would be the perfect time for a no foundation vibe. I did go and purchase the exact concealer that she's using, and this is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the shade Sienna. I believe this is a 6.5. Guys, this concealer is $39. It's a little more on the expensive side, but I've heard nothing but good reviews about this, so I'm having really high expectations. And she goes really heavy on the concealer. She starts off in the inner corners right here. I don't want to drag it too in here because I do have lashes on and I don't want to like get the concealer in. And then she goes and drags it up this way, just like fills it in. For this, she adds some on her chin, right here on her forehead. First impression of this concealer, guys, it's so incredibly buttery to put on. And then she adds some underneath her cheekbones. She has really prominent cheekbones. I do not, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna have to, I guess, search for them. So I'm gonna kind of suck in my cheek. And she kind of does a line like this, dragging up. Oh, I got it in my hair. And she kind of puts a little bit down here as well. This is the part that I'm the most nervous about. It is the foundation stick that she uses. So she actually uses the one from Hourglass, but I didn't have the shade available at the store that I was at, so I went with my trusty old Miss Mother Huda Beauty. Actually the foundation stick, and this is in this shade Cinnamon 440G. This is on the warmer side. Amaya's foundation stick looked really orange, and even when she was blending out, she was talking about how orange it really was. So I'm not too nervous. It looks about the same shade, so let's get this going. In the video, she kind of does like a little, I don't know if you guys remember like the Kim Kardashian thing where she does like a C like right here on her cheekbones, and then she does another one on this side, and then she goes really heavy in on her forehead. And she adds a little bit down here underneath her nose. I love cream contouring my nose. I think it's the best way to contour. From what she was showing in the video, she actually blends in all of the bronzer with a brush as opposed to a beauty blender. So I'm just gonna do the same thing, and she kind of like dabs in and pushes the product slightly up. So I'm just gonna blend and dab all of this product in, and she said it's okay if you kind of mix things in because she's gonna go back in with the beauty blender after. I'm just gonna blend this out right here into the hair, and then push the rest of this product up and go a little deeper right here on the forehead. And I'm just gonna keep dabbing everything in and blending it in. I look so incredibly orange. I'm gonna add a little bit on down here just because my jawline is not as defined as hers, and I would like a little bit of a snatched jaw. Get rid of that double chin. So I'm just gonna go down a little bit here and underneath my chin. And I'm gonna go back to blending this in. She then grabs a clean brush. It's more of like a flat brush, and I'm going to start blending in the concealer that's at the bottom. Oh, I get it. I'm going to start blending in the concealer that we put at the bottom, and I'm gonna push the product up. So this makes everything more seamless. And I'm gonna slightly blend into the forehead as well. Honestly, this is blending out like butter. Next thing, she goes in with the beauty blender. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the rest of the concealer out with the beauty blender. I'm gonna start by kind of blending it into the contour, and she drags this all the way up. So I'm gonna drag this concealer line into the rest of my hairline and just continue blending all of it out. Blend in the forehead as well. Now that that is all blended out, she actually goes in with the concealer one more time and she puts just like the slightest bit right here in her inner corner. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a little bit right here just to give myself more of a lift and to blend that out and just press everything in. Okay guys, so that is actually it for the cream products. So she does mention in the video that she does not bake, but she does go in with the translucent powder to pretty much set everything, and she goes in with a puff pad. This is my absolute favorite combination for a super flawless finish on your face. I know a lot of people get worried about cakiness, and honestly guys, I know powders are kind of scary, but powders are the #1 way to keep yourself from being super cakey, from keeping yourself from creasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very, very light set. She goes in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I am a big Huda Beauty girly. This is the Easy Bake Loose setting powder in the shade Pound Cake, and then I take one of these little puff pads. She has one as well. I buy these little puff pads in packs of like 12 to 20 on Amazon. And this is what I do. I just basically put the product there and then I kind of disperse the rest of the product on the back of my hand, and I go in and I press the product in, and I'm basically going to be dragging it up the way that she is. And she said that she mainly focuses on the under eyes, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Look how, oh wow, that looks really good. Okay. She knows what she's doing. I'm gonna go into the rest of the areas where I applied concealer to set it, and I'm just going to be doing my chin. I get a little bit oily right here on the sides of my nose, so I'm just going to be adding some powder on the sides of my nose, a little bit right here in this area, because when I sweat, this is the first part that kind of sweats for me, so I'm just gonna try to make sure to set that a little bit down my nose. And whatever remaining product she puts on her forehead to set the forehead. So one thing I've noticed about Amaya, she really likes to layer, and she actually goes in one more time with the same setting powder and she focuses it just on her under eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my under eyes one more time just like she did. Make sure everything is really well pushed into the skin. For the next step that she does, she goes in with a loose setting powder that is a little more on the medium tones. I don't have any medium tone setting powders, but I actually do have this airbrush finish from Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm just going to be using this, and she actually goes in with a brush and she puts this in the areas where she cream contoured to set the cream contouring to keep it from moving. She says it's a little more of like a subtle look and it's not as harsh, so I'm going to be doing that exactly. We're going to take it up into the forehead as well, just a little bit, to set where we went in with the contour. Super pretty and super subtle. And then next she goes into bronzer and she uses a Fenty Beauty one. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty as well, but this is my favorite shade. This is the Sunstalker Bajan Gyal Fenty Beauty bronzer. I'm going to be taking this big Morphe brush and I'm just going to be patting in the product. I don't sweep, I just dab in, and I feel like it just diffuses a lot prettier that way. Dabbing in the product right where we just set, and then we're going to go on the forehead as well to give ourselves a little bit of a sun-kissed look. Amaya is my kind of girly because she goes in with the same bronzer that she was already using, and I'm going to be taking this fluffy brush and she just adds the same bronzer into her eyelids to kind of give like an effortless monochromatic eyeshadow look. Very like low effort, but it looks really good. I do this all the time. You guys are always asking me about the eyeshadow that I'm using, and I always tell you guys it's literally just my bronzer. This is my absolute favorite thing to do. It's so pretty, so subtle, super easy to do, and it looks like you put a lot of work in, but honestly nothing too crazy. Add a little bit here on the tip of my nose. I like to make my nose shorter because I feel like I have a long nose, and then I'm going to lift the tip up to kind of give me the shadow of like where the, how it would look if it was like a little button. And I'm just gonna basically do that, and then go along sides of my nose and pull it into the eyeshadow. So finishing up on this look, we go in with blush. I actually have one of the blushes that she mentions. There's one more blush that I believe is from Amaya Beauty, but I honestly don't know where to get that, and I don't believe it's available in Sephora. But we have the same exact shade. This is Patrick Tall's blush in She's a Doll, and this is my absolute favorite blush ever. I've cracked it a few times, which is really sad, but this is one of my favorite colors. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Dior one, but she goes in with this Makeup by Ariel Morphe brush, and she takes it and she really focuses the product mainly on the highest point of her cheekbone, and she kind of brings it up into her temple. And guys, blush has been one of my favorite things. I used to be super against it. I used to not like wearing it. I used to just only go heavy on the bronzer and no blush. But as of recent, I just love the way it looks. It makes everything look so much softer, so pretty. It accentuates your face, and it just gives cute little princess vibes. Like, it's my absolute favorite. I did notice that she kind of diffuses the color a little bit into her nose, and she diffuses the color a little bit underneath her under eye, and then she just blends it back up. But she puts most of it into her temple and the highest point, so it would be right here. She puts some on her chin, a little on the nose, and a tiny bit on the center of her forehead. Super cute. Love that. I've actually never put any blush on the center of my forehead. It's really subtle, but it's really cute. And last but not least is lips. I'm using the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade 608 Limitless Brown. I'm going to overline a little bit in the center at the bottom of my lip, and then at the top, and then just follow the rest of the line on my lip. Any nude lipstick will work. I unfortunately know that this is no longer available. It has been discontinued by KKW. I do the smallest little dollop in the center of my lip. This is the KKW Nude 3 lipstick, and then I take my finger and I just lightly blend everything out. Okay guys, and that is actually it for this makeup tutorial. I absolutely love how this makeup turned out. Miss Amaya Colon, you ate this shit up. You did what you had to do for the girlies, and you ate this up, because this is seamless, this is bomb, this looks incredible. The skin is giving. I don't feel cakey. It's just overall chef's kiss. Honestly guys, I'm gonna give this Hourglass concealer a 10 out of 10 for right now, just because I haven't tried out for longevity purposes and creasing, so I'll let you guys know later on if this changes. This Huda Beauty foundation stick came in and did what I had to do, exactly what I was expecting, because Miss Huda Beauty never misses. But that was actually it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.